Hey, what's up, fellow YouTubers? This is Starscream1988, and today I'm going to be bringing you a toy review slash my collection of mini bots. And so, without further ado, let's check them out. So this is my collection of mini bots. For those of you that are now just getting into Transformers, and there's always going to be one every day out there in the world, as you can see, these are little mini Transformers. I mean, that's my hand right there. That's the size of them right there. Okay, these came out originally in 1984 here in America. Originally, a little backstory real quick. I won't get too deep into it, but these are from a Takara, which is a Japanese company. Created these maybe 2 years prior, and they were called Micro Change, and it was just like a toy line of transforming cars, as you can see there. Then Hasbro bought them, and the rest is history. They became Transformers here. I don't have a full complete collection. As you can see in the background here, I do have some doubles, because I usually tend to have doubles of G1s if you can, you know. If I can, I try to. In terms of what I'm missing, I am missing for Wave 2, I'm missing Beachcomber, and for Wave 3, which was the very last wave, I am missing Hubcap. And if I can, I'll show you pictures of those. So anyway, from my left to my right, this is Huffer. This is Bumblebee. And if you're already saying, wow, he's red, why isn't he yellow? Well, there was two versions of Bumblebee. There's a red one, a yellow one. This is Cliffjumper. Again, there's actually two versions of him too. There's a yellow one and a red one, but this is the original Cliffjumper, the way he was meant to be, red. This is Brawn. This is Windcharger, and this is Gears. Wave 2, we have Cosmos, Warpath, Powerglide, and then the very last wave here, this is I'm trying to remember his name. I can't remember his name. Tailgate, Seaspray, Outback, Pipes, Swerve, Wheelie, and like I said, I'm missing Hubcap, and Beachcomber would have been here. These are real cool toys. Again, 84, 85, and 1986, I guess. And that's pretty much where that kind of finished off. And then they started doing like even smaller versions of these toys. You can pull them back and they would shoot forward and whatever not. I guess I'll just kind of transform a few of these, as you can probably see from looking at them. Some of them are just recolored versions of the same toy. There's only one that actually has a pretty cool tweak to it. They added like some molding, and I'll show you that a little bit more thoroughly, I should say. But anyway, so we'll do my favorite from Wave 1. This here is Huffer. And why is he my favorite? I don't know. He had like a lot of attitude, and I remember what is it, episode 2, Optimus Prime falls down a mountain, and he actually picks up the trailer for him, which I thought was really cool. So anyways, you can see he's a little truck. He's an orange truck, and he has his rope sign there, which is still carried even, you know, 20 something odd years later. Is his rope sign working? Oh, sometimes these work, sometimes they don't. If you can see that there. No? Yeah. It's a little hazy. But anyway, real simple. Just take him, pull that forward. Now you can see his face. Pull the arms out. Pull his feet. And boom. There you got Mr. Huffer. Mr. Huffer with the attitude. Now I could have done these one each, I guess, one video for each one, but I don't know. I mean, I do YouTube because it's a lot of fun, and I guess other people would do one each just so they can get more hits. It's all good, whatever. I mean, I am a partner, so I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't know. I just didn't feel like just doing one of each, and plus I'm horrible at editing, so I'd rather just do the whole collection. So anyway, but again, that's Huffer. Bumblebee, again, very simple. Pull his tires out, and Bumblebee and Cliffjumper are the only ones out of the 17 of these that actually, no, I'm sorry, Beachcomber did too. They have actual rubber wheels. So anyway, pull those out, pull those forward, turn them like that, and there's his head. The reissue version of any Bumblebee that you get now actually has what his face would look like in the cartoon. If you remember, he did have the little horns, but he actually had eyes, and you can see his mouth and whatever. So it's pretty cool. So there's Bumblebee. Here's Cliffjumper, same exact thing. He's pretty cool. He is a Porsche. If you didn't know, Bumblebee's a Volkswagen, and he's some type of truck, Huffer. Just pull the legs forward again, flip them, bring the head over. He has a little bit better detail in terms of his face, as you can see there. Looks just like the cartoon's pretty cool. So there's him. Then you have Brawn, the tough little Autobot. Kind of bring the feet forward like that. He's kind of sometimes a pain. You have to kind of pull his doors out like that, as you can see. There's his rub sign. And just kind of swing his arms forward like that. Like that. And then just kind of go back up and lock these up. And then he just stands. And there's Brawn. And Brawn is a Jeep. Next you got Windcharger. Windcharger is a Corvette. And with him, that's his underbelly there. Just kind of bring a foot forward, flip it I should say, and then just bring out the arms. As you can see, these are all super basic, nothing hard to them. I think at the time they were $1.99 at the stores, so that's pretty cool. So, and I don't have any of these from childhood. I honestly have repurchased these later in my adult life, so this is how I was able to get a lot of these back. And then last but not least is Gears, and he's same thing as Windcharger, just flip those around like that. There's his rub symbol up there. There's his weird ass face. He didn't even look like that in the cartoon either. And pull his arms as so, and there you go. So as you can see already, Gears, Windcharger transform exactly the same. Brawn's a little unique with the whole wheel thing, and you know, his arms, they were exactly the same, and he was again a little unique also, as you don't flip his feet but you just kind of pull them. So that's pretty cool. So I'll just kind of put those back here like that, and I'll do a little comparison between some of the ones that look exactly the same, and if they're gonna fall, they're gonna fall. Next we got Powerglide. Powerglide is real cool, very fan favorite. A lot of people like him. Obviously he's a jet, so there weren't many Autobots that could fly. So when they introduced him, people were pretty psyched that they finally had a winged, wing warrior, which is pretty cool. Somebody that could go against the Seekers and stuff. So with him, that's his face there, his underbelly. You just basically pull that back. He has no leg articulation, and you can't really separate his legs like you could in the cartoon. And then just kind of bring his arms over. Just do that. Bring that forward. Swing that down, and there's his arms. And that's it. That's your Powerglide. Very basic, very simple. Alright, put him there. Next is Warpath. Warpath is pretty cool. Just basically pull him, swing him up. Oop, so you don't break the turret. Just kind of push that back there like that a little bit. Then you pull the legs, bring it forward, pop them out, push this back so it looks a little bit more uniformed or more symmetrical, and then just bring the head out, and there's your kabow, bam. There's your Warpath. Now again, in the cartoon, his legs wouldn't have been this big. They would have been tiny or whatever, but you know, that's just the magic of animation compared to toy. And back then, obviously, they didn't have the computer capacity probably, or the engineers that really cared how to, you know, make these more accurate or whatever. So there's that. And then last but not least, for wave 2 that I own, Like I said, I don't have Beachcomber. He's super simple too. Just pull that forward where his rub symbol is, and there's his rub. Then bring it forward like that. Kind of locks into place, and then his arms actually go up like that, and you flip him around where his lasers would be. I mean, I'm sorry, his turbines. Those are actually his hands now, and just pull the head up like that. And that here is Cosmos. Now the cool thing about him was that in the cartoon he could actually hold Transformers inside of him. So obviously they get super big, and that's again the magic of being an autonomous robot or whatever. They can kind of shrink and resize at, you know, at command I should say. So put him to the side there. Now here's where we start getting a couple guys that are basically just recolored versions of the original, and there's not that many, but there's a few. This guy over here is Tailgate, and Tailgate is basically just another copy of Windcharger. It's the exact same car, except that the mold is exactly the same here, except for the hood. Instead of one I don't know, I guess a split here, it actually has a full, which is pretty nice. And then when you turn it there, he actually has the better detail. His head is a little bit more noticeable, has a lot more stickers and stuff like that. Let me flip the feet over. He just looks a little bit better. I mean, when he came out in the cartoon, you can tell that it was him, which is pretty cool. This guy's really tight, so it's kind of tough to separate. Oh, there we go. And again, all of these have 360-degree articulation, and that's pretty much it. And the fact that they're kind of in this pivot, you know, they can kind of do this a little bit, so it's kind of cool. So again, exact same vehicle, other than the mold. They did change it there a little bit. Other than that, the side is exactly the same. Even the tires are exactly the same, and the, you know, the rims and whatever. And other than that, he just has better molding here. So he kind of, when you go do it this way, his chest sticks out a little bit better than Windcharger does, as you can see. Cool, so that was the first one. And that was Tailgate. Another original would be Seaspray. He's supposed to be a little hovercraft, and again, he was huge when he would transform into a vehicle, into his alternate mode. Just pull him out. He's pretty tight too. There you go. Bring it forward. That was like that originally. Just bring it back and just move his arms. And there's your Seaspray. He's done. All right. Next we have Outback, and Outback's pretty cool. Outback came with this little gun here. For my second Outback that I have back there, I don't have his gun, but he has a gun there in his vehicle mode. Unfortunately, he can't hold it, but it's nice. It almost looks like Megatron. There you go. It almost looks like Megatron's cannon, fusion cannon. So anyway, just take it out, and again, same exact transformation. Bring the legs forward, pop that out. Oops. Probably be easier if you just pop that out first and then bring it forward. There we go. Bring the arms forward like that. And again, this was now in their third year, so you can kind of see where they said, oh, you know, we can reuse molds because we have plenty, but let's, you know, fix some of the issues. He actually has hands, which is pretty cool. When you look at the Huffer here, he has hooks, which is pretty weird looking. So yeah, they can box. So anyway, yeah, so he has hands, he has hooks. He looks nothing like he did in the cartoon, but he actually does. He has, again, better molding. They added more. His chest, you know, comes out a little bit better. It looks a lot nicer. His head sculpt, his face sculpt looks a lot nicer. Same exact Jeep. Molding wise, they didn't add anything to this one. It's just a different colors to tan. Actually, no, they did. The difference is he has a winch there, and he just has a bumper, as you can see. So bumper and a winch. So that's pretty much the difference there. And again, that's what they changed, the arms and whatever not. So that's pretty cool. So again, this is Outback. Pretty cool character. Not seen many times, but pretty cool. Here's my favorite of even that wave. I don't have a favorite for wave 2. I guess Powerglide would probably be the coolest, but you know, I really didn't care for that wave. This wave was pretty cool. I guess I like the vehicles more. But here's my man Pipes. I like him just as much as Huffer. He's very different. When you look at him, you're like, oh no, he's the same. No, he actually is pretty different, and I'll show you. When you transform him, you pull the legs. The difference with him, unlike Huffer, and I'll bring him over here, is that when you transform Huffer, you bring the face forward like that. This guy's actually backwards. His face is right there, and then that hooks backwards like that, and you would pull his arms. And his name is Pipes because his mufflers are pipes. So again, here's the back of Huffer, which would be the actual molding of Pipes. So they took the time to at least change him up big time. I mean, he's very different. So when you flip him over and you flip him over, if you were to do that too, there's nothing there. And in terms of molding, they did change the cab a little bit. This actually comes out a lot more, as you can see there, which is pretty cool. So they gave it some more molding and stuff like that. And that's pretty much about it with him. And he's shorter. The fact that the cap changes and now he actually kind of has legs or whatever. I mean, I should say feet, because they all have legs there. When you put them next to each other like that, he actually looks a little bit shorter than Huffer. So again, very cool. I like the fact that they took the time to kind of just change it up a little bit. So, and again, he looks a lot like he did in the cartoon. So those two guys. Here is what's this guy's name? Swerve. There. Here's Swerve again. He is a just a repaint of gears, other than transforming exactly the same. Take out the arms. The only difference again is molding wise, they changed his chest a little bit, and they actually gave him a face, just like, you know, he looked like in the cartoon. So, but other than that, though, looks exactly the same. This is pretty cool. A lot of people don't know this, but that's actually do that again. It's not focusing. That's not a W. That's an M, and that's for micro change. A few of them actually have those M's kind of stamped into them. I should have showed you that at first, but whatever. So pretty cool. And that again is Swerve. Last but not least is Mr. Wheelie. And Wheelie is a futuristic teenage car, I guess. As you can see there, if you've seen the movie and then the further cartoons from season 3 and onward, he's, you know, kind of cool. When he talks, he rhymes. With him, you bring the feet forward like this. You kind of just hold it, pull, flip these forward like that, turn them, and then his body, his back kind of flips like that. You got his arms, and last but not least, raise the cockpit, and there's his face. And that is Wheelie. I do have 3 wheelies. I didn't want to have 3 wheelies. I'm happy with just 2 of each. And as you saw, you know, that I am missing a few to complete, you know, second sets. But maybe with the 3rd wheelie, I'll order the repro label, the Wheelie Prime sticker sheet, which is kind of cool. I think it's like $3. You can make him look like a Prime, which is kind of nice. But anyway, that's basically it. what was the last thing? Okay, last thing I did want to show you folks is this is here the fabled Bumblejumper, and the story behind him is that they just when Takara, I'm sorry, when Hasbro bought the mold, there was a lot of extras. They didn't really care for him for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he is different than Cliffjumper. So it's not like it's the same car, just the yellow. He actually has a bumper. Cliffjumper's a Porsche. This guy's a Mazda. And as you can see there, his head sculpt is different. What's funny is they should have brought him when they created Hubcap. Hubcap is actually Windcharger in yellow. Now, if you look at here, it kind of lets you know that these are the ones that were released that year. So there's your Bumblejumper. Nobody knows why they named them that, but I guess it's because it's a mix of both. Then you got your Bumblebees, the red, the yellow, and then same thing with the Cliffjumpers, and there's the alt modes. Very cool magazine. I've actually shown this before. This is from Antarctic Press. These are super hard to come by. This here is like 30 bucks. As you can see there, $24.95, and this was back at least 15 years ago, I believe. So I mean, yeah, these are pretty pricey. This is volume 1. I don't have the rest, but I have the first one. And then, just in case, on this same book, here is a picture of one of the other ones I'm missing, which is Beachcomber, as you can see there. And like I said, he's the only other one with rubber tires. So, and then the last one that I'm missing from Wave 3 would have been, and this is one of my original instruction manuals here. He is right there in yellow, and that would have been Hubcap, as you can see. So that's basically it, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Hope you enjoyed my small little collection here of my Transformers mini bots. For those of you that again are new into collecting Transformers, these are really cool, very inexpensive, a lot of fun to have, pretty cool to put on display. There aren't any Decepticons. There's only Autobots in this type of size. I don't know why they never made Decepticons. It probably would have been cool, but you know, they didn't, so it is what it is. But again, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Peace.